Welcome to World in 2 Minutes. These are your headlines. There's been a magnitude 8.3 earthquake centred 200 kilometres north of the capital, Santiago. At least 5 people have been killed and 1 person is missing. The quake on Wednesday night forced the evacuation of 1 million people and caused a small tsunami and flooding in coastal cities. Authorities issued tsunami warnings for Chile as well as for Peru, Hawaii, California and New Zealand. Police fired tear gas at refugees who tried to cross the razor wire fence that Hungary has built along its border with Serbia. Authorities say 20 officers were injured in fights with asylum seekers. On Tuesday, Hungary closed the border to protect what Prime Minister Viktor Orban called a Christian way of life. Meanwhile, Hungary has been prosecuting people for the illegal border crossing. Earlier this week, police reported they'd detained almost 9,400 refugees. Members of the Secret Service have detained the country's interim leaders. The soldiers showed up at the presidential offices and fired at protesters who were outside. They then refused to allow the interim president, Michel Cafando, and the interim prime minister, Jakuba Isaaczida, to leave. 2 other ministers were also detained. The interim government is in charge of organising elections that are set for October. The soldiers' demands aren't clear, but the group has tried to disrupt Burkina Faso's governmental transition before. The Attorney General announced the remains of a second student who went missing in Iguala last year has been identified. He was identified by the same team of forensic experts who identified a student using a bone fragment last year. The government says a drug gang, working with local authorities, murdered the students and burned their bodies. An independent group has dismissed the government's investigation. Thanks for watching. TRTworld.com, Istanbul.